Good morning. I am Dr. Karthik, Department of Computer Science from Christianity College. Today, the topic what we are going to discuss is HTML form. It is just another kind of HTML tag which is used to create GUI on web pages. Generally, when designing a web content, a web page, we don't have any user interaction. We design the web page, we display the web page using a browser. Then second stage of web design is to ask the user for some information. That information may be stored in server and then it can be processed and it can be retrieved. Store the information and the information can be retrieved from the server whenever it is required. So you need some elements. Okay, they are called as form elements and they can be placed inside a tag called form tag. Several form elements are there, which includes buttons, checkboxes, radio buttons, text fields, drop-down menus, etc. So they can be placed in the form tag and usually contains a submit button which is helpful to send the information to the server, and it uses JavaScript to send the message and to receive the information. Forms can be used for other things such as GUI for sending and receiving information. The JavaScript language, which can be used to make pages that do something, which means that you can use JavaScript to write complete programs. Also, it can be attached with various form elements, okay, to retrieve the information for the web server. It is sometimes called as active scripting. Without JavaScript, HTML forms can also be used without JavaScript, but they can be used with JavaScript also, but both they are work very well together. The form tag encloses form elements, so you need to tell what to do with the user input. So there are several attributes are there which is required for the form elements to work with. First one is action, which you need to specify the URL. Okay, when the submit button is clicked, where the data has to be sent. So that is placed in action URL. Followed by you have method which has get and post method, which is used to get the data from the user, as well as it should not be more than 100 characters and it will be in the format of ASCII. There is a difference between get and post method, which clearly says that the form data which can be bookmarked or not. And finally, you will have target, which is optional, tells where to open the page sent as a result of the request. The client may be sending some information requesting from the server, so the server may open a page maybe in a blank and a new web page or in a top of the existing window. Sometimes we have to specify the elements as along with the input tag with the attribute called type. So input type is equal to, so this is the syntax, and it can be of anything, like it can be text, checkbox, radio, password, submit, etc. Okay, There are some other arguments which is included in input as the name, value, read only, disabled, of which name represents the name of the element, value represents the value of the element, and read only it represents the value which cannot be changed. Disabled, the user cannot do anything with this element. So this is an example of text input where you are going to use input type is equal to text with the name. What is the name you are assigned for the text field and the value which is displayed in the text field value. In case if it is a multi-line text field, you have text area instead of input type. You can type it as text area. In case of password field, you can input type as password. Similarly, you will have a button which helps you to submit the value. Whatever value that the user gives, when you click any button like submit, reset, or any user defined name buttons can be created. Okay, and this can be used to send the data to the server either for processing or to store the information. Checkboxes, we use input type is equal to checkbox. If it is radio button, you use input type is equal to radio button, and if some value has to be assigned by default, you have to use a word called checked, which helps you to select that particular option by default. This is drop down, which uses select name is equal to select, and you'll have number of values options to display. You have red, blue, green, all this. An example is given here. This is a complete example which clearly explains how a form element can be designed. Thank you.